Hi, I'm Imani, a master's student studying animal science at Tuskegee University with a focus on consumer perception and sensory differences between local organic grass fed and grain fed beef. This summer, I had the incredible opportunity to study abroad in China with the U.S. Heartland China Association, a company dedicated to building trust and meaningful connections between the American heartland and China. Their work focuses on uniting educational and community interest business leaders and local government officials with like minded institutions across both nations. Through this partnership, we visited 3 meat production facilities and 2 agricultural universities. Even though beef isn't a staple protein in China like it is in the US, what I experienced there gave me a new lens to examine global meat production, food culture, and food safety, directly tying back into my own research. Our site visits included large-scale pork and chicken processing operations across China. We toured Zhangzhou Research and Development Center for the Moyan Group, one of the country's leading pork producers, the CP Layer Farm and Crocodile Farm, and facilities under the WH Group, specifically Smithfield slaughterhouses. While my research centers on beef, especially grass-fed versus grain-fed systems, seeing how pork and poultry are raised and processed in China helped me draw valuable comparisons between production priorities. For example, traceability and biosecurity were tightly controlled. And when speaking with the CEO of WH Group, one point really stood out. They're less focused on whether pigs are grain-fed or grass-fed and more concerned with feeding the population. That perspective really stuck with me because for many people, the priority isn't whether food is organic or premium, but simply making sure there's food on the table. Although these facilities focused on high efficiency, large scale production, I couldn't help but think about how smaller local beef producers back home might operate differently and how that influences consumer perception of quality, health, and sustainability. We also visited 2 agricultural universities, North China University of Water Resources and Electric Power and Henan University of Technology, where we spoke with students and professors about livestock research, consumer demand, and food systems in China. It was eye-opening to hear how their research goals reflected different cultural priorities. Beef, particularly grass-fed beef, is considered a luxury here. That highlighted how cultural and economic context shape consumer expectations and reinforced the importance of my research in understanding not just taste, but values and purchasing behavior. This trip didn't just teach me about China, it helped me rethink my own research back home. It's easy to compare grass-fed and grain-fed beef from a local or nutritional standpoint, but now I realize that global contexts like meat consumption trends, economic access, and cultural tradition plays a huge role in how consumers perceive quality. Whether it's pork in China or grass-fed beef in the US, every food system has its own story. And for my thesis, I want to make sure that that story includes what matters most to consumers: taste, trust, and transparency. Thanks to this study abroad experience, I'm taking home more than memories. I'm bringing back a more global, informed perspective that will help both my research and my future career in animal science and food systems. And a special thank you to the Tuskegee University Animal Science Department as well as the U.S. Heartland China Association for allowing me to come on this beautiful trip. Bye-bye.